Technological innovations deliver new instruments to the traditional brass band. True to its meaning, modern form, neo-brass instruments are based upon knowledge accumulated through developmental research at the molecular level. Utilizing this knowledge, these instruments have come to form through a combination of our most advanced technologies and the expertise of our master craftsmen. Collaborating with some of the world's foremost professional artists, dismantling everything that has been until now the norm, scrutinizing each part and component to design instruments that fulfill the requirements of today's discerning players. The result is a series of instruments taking on a modern form that will lead brass band instruments from this point on. In our atelier workshop and test rooms, we worked for hours, days, months and years on the development of our Neo series brass band instruments. The place where it all had started is the Atelier Hamburg.
Hi guys, I'm glad to have you here to talk about the newest addition to our Neo brass band lineup, the euphonium and the B-flat tuba. Stephen, first talking about the euphonium, you have played the previous model, 642, and what was the most important improvement we did on the Neo euphonium?
I think when we started this instrument, I wanted to make sure we went back and thought about what the word euphonium meant and put that into place. The word euphonium meaning well sounding or beautiful sounding. We've done various things to the instrument, thinking about every aspect, not just sound. We've thought about technique, how to get a better technique on the instrument. We've thought about the range. The range is fabulous on this new euphonium, the projection of sound. But the main thing for me was the tone of the instrument and going back to the original form of the euphonium.
I mean, the sound was the most important thing for us. So euphonium is a special instrument because it needs to blend with the baritone, the tenor horn on one side. It needs to fill into the brass band as well. It needs to be a solo instrument. Yeah. Is that what makes the euphonium so special?
It is. It's a really versatile instrument. It can, like you say, you can stand up and play solos, or you can sit in a band. But I think something's been lost with the euphonium recently. I think the sound within the band. I think instruments nowadays, they're great for people who want to stand up and play solos, but when you try and make them play inside a brass band, a sound's lost. And it's a very unique instrument. Right. And I think if that sound's lost, I think it is really missed from a brass band.
Yeah, we have seen instruments going actually too large nowadays. Is that the same for tubas, Simon?
It is, Thomas. Over many years playing in bands, I've noticed year on year new tubas coming out onto the market, and basically they're getting bigger and bigger and more cumbersome. When I was lucky enough to be invited to help Yamaha, I was really keen to go back to basics and get a tuba that was able to accept modern day playing with the same sound, but bringing more clarity to the table. And with this, we've stopped at nothing to make sure we got that.
So it all comes back to the sound, right? The sound is the main thing. We have learned through all this testing how much the sound is of the middle section with the bass. And we worked, particularly on the euphonium, we worked very much with the metal thickness, with the metal gauge.
Yeah.
But we also worked on the ergonomics of the instrument. Was that similar important to you?
Yeah, I think when you're playing an instrument, you've obviously got to know that the sound is there, and you're able to play as high as possible or as low as possible. But I think when you're actually playing it, you've got to know that you're comfortable, whether you're standing up playing a solo, whether you're sat in a band. And we made a change with the handrest on the instrument, which I thought was very, very important. That slight change, it's a slight adjustment with the hand position, and it makes technical passages so much more easy. It really does.
Right. Well, the same thing we did on the tuba. We changed a lot of things in the size of the instrument, as well as positions of handrest and fourth valve. Why is the fourth valve so important for a tuba player?
Well, on a B-flat tuba, you live on the fourth valve. Most things are done with a fourth valve. And on other models I've played before, you tend to stretch your arm trying to reach this fourth valve.
Could you show this?
What we did, Thomas, Matsukuma over in Japan, the main designer there, he suggested to me that we could alter the positioning of this slide and let the valve come through the middle of the third valve slide, whereas on other tubas it's around the back, which makes it too far. And so now what you get is a really comfortable action. Right. And it's really superb to hold that way.
Well, so as I said, so we worked on both sides, and it seems some good instruments were coming out of this. Yeah. It was really a good time working with you all these years on B-flat bass, euphonium. There's more to come. There's the baritone coming with Katrina very soon. And I remember all this good time with you in the band rooms in YBS or Brick House. And I'm really looking forward to improve our instruments in the future with you guys together.
We enjoyed your company as well, especially when we took Matsukuma to the pub. He told me secretly he could drink, Steve, but he had 2 pints of Guinness and he was nobody's.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
For checking our new instruments, please visit us online at www.yamaha.com.